One of the toughest communication tasks requiring straight talk is challenging an idea, disagreeing, or saying no diplomatically. My boss proposes a boneheaded idea. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't deal with that issue straightforwardly. Or maybe I'm okay with this idea, but I want to raise some factors that he hasn't really considered. How can I fly under the radar of a power-tripping boss or anyone else who has a hyperactive ego gland? We recommend using a technique called Conversational Aikido. The Eastern martial art of Aikido is about harmony, not conflict, and it's a great metaphor for disagreeing agreeably. Western boxing is about overpowering a foe, force against force. Aikido isn't about striking, overpowering, or forcing an opponent to comply. It involves aligning with the other person's energy in order to remain in control. When you go fishing, you don't fight that big fish and tug on the line. You give it line to gradually reel it in. Conversational Aikido first aligns by understanding someone's misguided viewpoint and finding its merit before expressing your differing point of view. There are 3 steps to practicing conversational Aikido for disagreeing agreeably. The first is to listen non-judgmentally and empathically to the idea, even if you disagree with it. Every idea deserves its day in court, doesn't it? First, absorb the idea fully instead of prematurely reacting to it with a knee-jerk response that cuts it off. Nah, the lawyers will never agree to that. Ouch. Focus your body, your face, your eyes, and your mind, and empathically paraphrase the person's thoughts and feelings to capture their idea's essence, rationale, and the emotions fueling it. This shows respect, proves that you understand their idea, and conveys that you accept its validity for that person. This is akin, a word I've never used in a sentence before, to Aikido's aligning philosophy to cultivate harmony. The second step of a conversational Aikido for challenging an idea is to generously state the merits that you see in the idea. Even if you will eventually disagree, before expressing any negative reactions, first genuinely say everything you like about the idea. Really lean into this step with multiple, specific, and sincere positive comments about the idea's redeeming qualities and benefits. Like Mary Poppins sings in the movie, "A spoonful of sugar helps a medicine go down." Leading phrases that you can use are, "What I like about your idea is," "I can appreciate how this would," "You've done your homework by," "Well, what's admirable here is how you," "The upsides are clear," like, "I support your goals," or maybe "Some merits I see. We're really aligned on this piece." These phrases do not mean that you're BSing the person or sugarcoating your viewpoint about the idea's drawbacks. That'll come next. Most ideas do have some merit, even if it's just the passion that the person has for it or the energy they invested into developing it. If you can't find something positive to say, can you spell RIGID? Right? So show good faith by digging deep and finding some aspect of the person's idea that you do respect. It'll pave the way for what comes next, your concerns or disagreement. And that's what you do next. You firmly but diplomatically and tactfully surface your concerns. This step's lead-in phrases might include, "Well, let's also consider the possibility that," "An issue might be," "One concern I have is," "A major challenge might be," or even, "I'm not as confident as you are, boss, because of," "A downside I see is." You see, you've earned the right to do this because you've already invested goodwill in your emotional bank account with that person by sharing what you like about what they want to do. So they're now more likely to be okay with you withdrawing from that emotional bank account by sharing what you don't like about the idea. Sometimes we're cool with the idea overall instead of disagreeing outright, but still, for it to work, we need to bring up some variables that the other person didn't consider for implementation success. What obstacles aren't they thinking of? I might say, one issue we might run into. I'm worried that we'll encounter more resistance than we want if we don't, ... Now, when bridging from acknowledging an idea's positive merits to voicing your dislikes or reservations, steer clear of the word but or its cousin, however, or nevertheless. You see, these erase everything you've said before it. The person will only hear the but and not the merits before that you've cited. And you know exactly what I mean if you've ever had a romantic interest say to you, you're a great person with such a great sense of humor, and I really like you as a friend, but I'm not interested in dating you. Ouch. Participants and readers often ask, but what do I do instead of saying but? Simply replace the but with a pause, silence. I like such and such. My concern is, or just say what you like about the idea, followed by the phrase, at the same time, I do have a concern. May I share it with you? Or simply use the word and. Joe, what I like about your idea is this or that. And one thing we might run into is these steps of conversational Aikido and the spirit behind it provide a recipe for success as you speak the truth, especially to power. You're going to hear the idea non-defensively and paraphrase it. You're going to cite the merits of the idea, and then you're going to tactfully surface concerns without using the word but. Disagreeing agreeably with conversational Aikido will help you avoid committing a career-limiting move.